So this is my second video for my new YouTube channel. If you have a moment, can you please subscribe on the bottom of this video? Would love to have some more subscribers following along on this YouTube channel and the videos that I'm going to be sharing. As I shared in my first video, it's not going to be a regular time when I do videos, but when I feel like I want to do a video, I'm going to record it and post it here. So if you subscribe, it'll notify you when a new video is posted. So today I wanted to share my thoughts on what is probably a controversial topic, which often when I mention this, it makes people mad. But on this one, I'm just not ashamed to share what's on my heart and what's on my mind. And sometimes I don't go into specifics, but I'm going to actually mention the TV shows that I'm referring to. Well, this started last week. Well, it's really been a trend uh, coming along for the last couple of years uh, of homosexual couples on television shows, movies, pretty much any entertainment. They're adding it into every show now. And as a Christian, that bothers me. I believe, according to the Bible, that homosexuality is a sin. It's not the natural way that God designed. Uh, us to live in our relationships. Marriage is between a man and a woman. And so a show that's, um, well, my whole family watches, my wife, parents, brother, and so many others. We enjoy a show called Heartland. Maybe you've heard of it. It's on its 15th season. And what we have always enjoyed about this show is that it's one of the clean family shows that are left. And I won't go into all the details. I don't, if you're watching and maybe you're not caught up, I don't want to ruin the whole story for you. I don't know if you're going to keep watching, but they reference homosexuality in the last episode, season 15, episode 2. And I was very disappointed and really upset by that, that it's supposed to be a family show and they have to add that into it. Why do they have to ruin every show? And it seems like they want to make people happy, all except Christians. Everyone else needs to be, need to be happy, but nobody in Hollywood takes into consideration the views and opinions of Christians. So if that wasn't bad enough, we watch a show called NCIS. There's a couple spin-offs of it. Um, there was New Orleans and then Los Angeles, Hawaii, and all of those shows they have homosexual couples in it. But the regular NCIS has always been very clean. Not a lot of language, not a lot of sexual content. But now, of course, last night's episode they introduced again a potential homosexual couple. They kind of leave it vague because that's all they get you to keep watching it. But eventually they're going to go back to it. And, it's to the point where even my wife and I have considered getting rid of cable because there's really nothing sacred anymore. They're going to put this on every TV show, and Christians have a choice. We can either just say, "Oh, it's no big deal. Let's just watch it," or we can say maybe it's time to quit supporting these TV channels, TV shows. It, for me, I wish there was more family appropriate television. Really, it's not just homosexuality, but it seems like everything is politicized now. I don't know about you, but when I sit down to watch a television show, I'm doing that to be entertained, to take a break from the stress of life, just to enjoy watching something. But every show now has been ruined by politics. It's been ruined by things that are sinful. I'm sorry, but I don't want to sit and watch a show that has all kinds of language in it. I don't want to see sex scenes, whether it's heterosexual or homosexual couples. I don't want to see that. I just want to sit down and watch a TV show. It's even in sports. I've always enjoyed watching sports because it's clean. It's just a fun thing to do. But now they have to add their agenda to every sport, and it really gets frustrating and discourages me because I think there's nothing out there anymore that's great for families to watch. So really, I'm frustrated. I hope more people are, because my opinion is, and I've been there where I don't really want to give up a show. I've been watching these various shows, Heartland for 15 seasons, NCIS for 19 seasons, I think it is, and you spent so much time watching it. But maybe we need to realize it's still just a television show. Our life does not revolve around television. Maybe we need to think about that. I think God's been making me realize we need to get away from being on our phones and computer and watching TV. Maybe it's time we went back to reading books, spending more time with our family, playing board games, getting outside now that the weather hopefully is going to be getting better soon. But I just wanted to share my frustration. I don't know if anyone else out there agrees with my sentiment. I hope that you do. I think if more people would say, no, we're not going to watch this, we're not going to put up with it. And here's a disclaimer because I already know I've heard these arguments so many times. You hate gay people. God hates gay people. That is completely false. I have friends. I know people that are homosexual, and I do not treat them any different than any of my other friends or family. I'm just going to say that. It's not that I hate anybody, but at the same time, we need to call sin for what it is. It's sin is sin, whether it is homosexuality, whether it is drunkenness, which is all over TV. Every show too is shows people getting drunk, which as Christians we should not be okay with drunkenness either. We need to consider language, all of those things. But no, I can speak for myself. I love everybody. I have no hate in my heart for anyone on this earth. But here's a awesome revelation for you today. You can disagree with someone and still love them. I know people that are homosexual and they know where I stand, but yet they know I still care about them and love them and respect them. So that's where I stand. We can still say, "Hey, I love you, but maybe I don't agree with what you're doing," and that's a great thing. I have some people in my life, maybe you do, that I care about, that I'm friends with, that I can honestly come to them and say, maybe that's not the best thing to do. And then there's people I know that say, hey, thanks for caring enough to point that out. Because we as a society need to realize that we shouldn't be offended by everything. We can have a difference of opinion and still love each other. We've gotten to a point where we're so sensitive we can't say anything to anyone. We can say something. I mean, I've said things that were completely innocent, and it's this big deal. I'll give you an example. When Donald Trump was president, take it or leave it. I'm not getting into my opinion of him specifically, but I would write on Facebook, pray for Donald Trump, and people would rip me apart. How dare you say we need to pray for Donald Trump? Something that it was just something that was innocent that we need to do. We need to pray for any president, but you say something as simple as pray for our president, and it's they just tear you apart on online. Maybe we could get to a point where we're not so offended by things, and thinking about that, being offended in a sense is okay. I mean, think about I'm talking about not watching a show that has homosexuality because it does offend me. But guess what? I can just turn the TV off. I don't have to watch it. And that's what we need to do. I mean, we could go on Facebook and someone has a difference of opinion, we might not agree, but we can keep scrolling. We don't have to engage in an argument. So what I'm saying is, there's a balance there. As Christians, it is okay to say no. I'm not going to watch certain shows. I'm not going to do that. But we can still love each other. As I said, we can disagree on things. I love Jesus with all my heart, but I know people and I am close to people that don't know Jesus. But do I look down on them? No. I still have great friendships with people that aren't Christians. I still do. So my point today is let's stand up for the truth. Let's, as Christians, say we need to draw that line in the sand and say there comes a point where If it's going to be something that's really on TV, that's sinful, that's put in our face, and we're expected to be okay with that, that's not the case. But I think as Christians, I hate to say it, there's a lot of people out there, and I've been there before too, where they're still okay with watching things that they know are immoral, and that's not okay. We need to start saying no. If it's uh, whatever it is, I'm not just talking about homosexuality, but any sinful act that's almost glamorized on TV, we need to think about what we're watching. And I've even heard people say, well, my kids can't watch that, but I'm an adult, so it's okay. I can watch what I want. No, God does not want us as Christians. Um, what we put into our minds is going to come out into our lives. What we put in front of us, whether it's something we watch, we're listening to, we're reading, it's going to really, it's kind of like a computer. It gets into the hard drive of your mind, and it stays there. So um, this is all I want to say for this video. Maybe I'll come back to this in the next one. There are some exciting things I want to share in the next couple weeks. I'm going to the Toby Mac concert in Pittsburgh on Saturday. I'd like to do a video and sharing a little bit about that. I love baseball season, so the Pirates are starting soon. So look for a video coming up about the Pirates. Just some different things. I don't want this channel to be all serious, so my next video, I don't know where I'm going with it yet, but look for a little bit more of a lighthearted one. And so if you follow this channel, you'll be in for some surprises and some cool videos, I think. And I'm going to just continue to learn how to add some graphics to my videos, do some different things. So I appreciate your support. Continue watching, and I will see you again hopefully soon.